Hello and welcome back to Chengi's World. I am Chengi and you, my precious one, are my world. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome and welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment. And let's get this party going and get this party started. I'm also the new author of my book, Position for I Do, How God Delivers Mr. Right into Your Life When You Live with Power and Purpose. This book is everybody's raving on about it. It's incredible and amazing. So make sure you grab yourself a copy. I will leave the link in the description box. I always get that really weird. Today is Women Ask Wednesday, and I am answering the question that was on my video, why pretty girls find it hard to find love. And that question was, Chengi, how do we trigger deep attraction in a man? That's a very good question, because ultimately a lot of women believe that just being pretty is enough, and just being pretty inspires deep attraction in a man. Now, you are not wrong. That is the number one first thing. A man's attraction to you is as deep as the way you look. So if he finds you attractive and you take care to look your very best all the time, then you're definitely going to have that man's attention. And you are going to be the hottest thing to him, and a deep attraction does take place. This is why a lot of pretty girls put a lot of effort in the way that they look, but then find it difficult to keep the man, because triggering it on a deeper and more permanent level requires a few other attributes that I'm going to go into today. So as in my book, Position, I'm going to be teaching you about the positions that you need to take internally that will read externally and make a man just fall totally deeply in love with you and trigger that deep attraction in him. Number one is confidence. There is nothing sexier than a confident woman. And what is confidence? Confidence, according to the dictionary of the Cheng, is the true feeling, knowing in your heart and the feeling in your mind, the feeling in your heart and the knowing in your mind that you are enough. That everything that you are, the way that you are built, the way that you think, your presence, your aura, everything that you bring into a room is enough to be in that room. Knowing that you have every right to be in any room that you find yourself. You could have been in any other room, but you're in this room, in this place, in this presence, in this moment with these people, in this atmosphere, because that's exactly where you are supposed to be. That is exactly where God would have you be, assuming that you have made a sensible decision to be there or that you haven't been kidnapped. But do you know what I'm trying to say? The idea here is that confidence is understanding that I totally belong in this room. I remember when I first got my driver's license and I was unsure about, I got it first, and you can't wait for your driver's license. I'm on the road and I'm really trying to, I felt like how I needed to apologize to every other driver and try and drive the way every other driver wanted me to drive, and felt intimidated on the road because I was a new driver. And the day that things changed for me is the day that I realized that, Chengi, you have every right to be on the road. A qualified, trained professional has taken you through a rigorous test of the things that are essential to be on the road. And that person has decided that you have every right to share the road. You have every right to be on this road, to drive in the way that you want to drive. And everybody else has to accommodate you too. And the moment that happened, I became the most confident driver on the road, and I felt like I'd been driving forever. It's exactly the same thing when it comes to confidence. Knowing that you have every right to be there, knowing that you have every right to be in that room with this man in your life, knowing that you're entitled to be there, and not having a neediness and a desire to prove yourself and a desire to somehow qualify for a role. You see, with Adam and Eve, they knew they were supposed to be there. And the biggest trick that the devil played on them was, did God really say? Oh, he didn't mean it. If you eat it, you're gonna be smart, and you're gonna be able to do this, and you're gonna be exactly like him, which is the lie. He sold sand to the Arabs. The bottom line is they were already like God. They already had the features of God. They already had everything. But what he did is undermine their confidence in that truth. So confidence is something that can only ever be undermined when we begin to feel like we don't deserve this man in our life, or we don't deserve to be here with this man in our lives. So the first thing is, when you meet that guy that you like, don't ever undermine the sense that you are with him and he's sitting across the table from you, across the room from you, because you deserve to be there, because you are meant to be the person he's sitting next to. That triggers in a man a sense of, whoa, this girl. Every man wants a woman who's sure about herself. I don't care if you're overweight, underweight, whatever. As long as you take good care of yourself, you look after your hygiene, you make sure you're healthy, and you know that you belong right there talking to that man, that will trigger the deeper sense of confidence. Another thing that, point number 2, that you can do to trigger a man's attraction to you and make it deeper is to allow him to be a man. Now, I've got a video on this channel saying, let him be the man. Go find that video and do some research. But one of the things that you must know about men is they need to do good to feel good. When a man does something for you, he feels good. Some of us as women, the problem is we meet a guy that we like, and what we do is we start to do for him. We start to buy him stuff and do thoughtful things for him. And what we find is he actually starts to lose attraction for us, because that is the masculine role. Men are givers. Now, we don't have to demand that he takes you to an expensive restaurant and does all these amazing things for you, or whatever things that are materialistic, but you can ask him for his opinion or his advice on something, or that he would give you help with something that you need help with. Letting him do something good for you will make him feel good about you, because masculine energy is designed to feel good by doing good. Feminine energy has to feel good to do good. So we need to be in that energy where we're feeling good, then we do good, right? For masculine energy does good. So instead of going around and buying him gifts and being thoughtful and sending him thoughtful text messages and being thoughtful all the time, which ends up becoming like mothering energy, which is also masculine energy, how about you ask him to do something for you, teach you something, move something for you, put something up for you, ask him to do good for you. Avoid asking for money if you can help it, okay? So give him the opportunity to help. That's point number 2. Number 3, compliment him when he does something right. Nobody wants to perpetually and consistently do something good and never get that well done, okay? So we want to compliment our man when he does something right. We want to be the first person to say, wow, babe, that made me feel so special when you did that. Thank you so much. When you do that, it makes me feel so special. You want to compliment a man, because men constantly get criticized by women. They have to live in an environment where women are rolling their eyes and they don't get enough affirmation. Compliment him when he looks good, when he's dressed good, when he's looking yummy, okay? When he comes to that date and he says, you look beautiful, say to him, you look handsome too. You know, I love, you know, whatever. Compliment him, you got beautiful eyes. And don't be afraid to compliment a man, looking him in the eye and give him a compliment. You know, they just, it just triggers that deeper attraction in him, that like, oh, this woman can see my effort and my value, okay? So never be shy or coy or lean back to give a compliment, but don't overdo it, and only do it when it's truly deserved, okay? The 4th point is have comfortable energy. If you can help it, be your most comfortable self. Have a sense about you that you've got nothing to prove. Have a sense about you that you enjoy life and that you enjoy being in this world. I've got a video here, why men love happy women, sparkle. That's also part of it. Showing that you are happy, that you are in love with your life, makes a man feel like he wants to be a part of that, and that triggers that attraction in him, that, oh, I want to be a part of that. And number 5 is give him some space. Men love having a bit of space. They're not like women who would rather spend every last minute with the guy that they like. They enjoy space, and sometimes even when they're not asking for it, give it to them anyway. Make sure that your man always has some space. Let him have his space in whichever way it looks, because a woman that allows a man to have his space and takes her own space reads as high value. She's attractive, she's not needy, she's different from all the other girls, okay? Another thing is learn to leave things when they're still hot and good and juicy. I think that learn to leave things when they're juicy. When you're still enjoying your company and he wants to see you every day of the week, learn to say no. You know, I remember dating a guy once, and we were seeing each other so much, and he wanted to see me every waking hour of the day. And my sister was like, yeah, sure, you can go. I was like, no, he's got to have a day when he misses me. we've got to have a day where there's tension, where we would both like to be together. But then I need to rest. I'm tired. Now, I wasn't playing games. I just learned that perpetually making yourself available, drains you, doesn't give you a chance to reflect and to think about, do I like this guy? What has he said? Just doesn't give you any time for reflection. I happened to be very tired on that day, and I know to honor myself is very important when it comes to triggering attraction and presenting as high value. When you are tired, when I'm not able to give a man the best version of myself, that comfortable energy, that happy energy of being in love with my life, then I won't be able to see him. I just do not see him. And what that does, it keeps him longing for you, because he desperately wanted to see you, and he gets to go away disappointed, not because you're being silly and playing games, but because he just can't get to see you today. And it just means when he does get to see you, it's going to be that bit more special. And your ability to be unpredictable is so powerful, and it causes him to have a deeper sense of attraction to you. And finally, but not least, is mystery. That's something that we seem to have abandoned in the 21st century. We no longer have an air of mystery. We let it all hang out. We let it all show. We tell all our business. How about being asked a question and answering it only to the point to which you're comfortable, not feeling like you have to answer the whole question or go into your background and talk about everything? How about leaving when your date is you're having a great time and you're just coming to the end, and you could go for a little bit longer, but you call it a night. You go where you're going. How about always having that air of there's more to me than meets the eye, not letting it all hang out? That's in the way you dress, the way you walk, the way you talk, everything about you. There must just be a sense of mystery. You know, I like the idea of not quite finishing a sentence, or, well, I'll tell you that maybe some other time when I get to know you better. Or when we get to know each other a little bit better, I might tell you, oh, I was a little bit, well, can't say. You know, leave some things out for mystery. Let this man always be wondering about you. These are the 7 points that can really trigger deep attraction in a man. So they're not all like a whole, and I've got videos of some of these, so go search them out. But these are definitely the ways that you can start, whether you're beautiful, the girl next door, or whatever you think of yourself. If you can master these 7 keys to triggering deep attraction in a man, you are going to be desirable. So there you have it, ladies, the 7 keys to triggering deep attraction in a man. So I'll see you on my next video. I hope this was a little bit of fun for you. I like doing these kind of videos. I will see you soon on my next video. Take care of you.